Hello and welcome to another live Q&A. Hopefully this is all working okay and everyone can see me. My stream, hopefully it's working okay. How's everyone doing anyway? Hopefully you guys can see and hear me. Can you all see and hear me? Cool. Welcome to another live stream. It's a special one today. This is a Amazon FBA sort of Q&A. Ask me anything about Amazon, basically. Just hang out, chat, whatever you want. I'm also giving away the MacBook Air today. So the competition has ended. Here it is, God. And there's the MacBook Air. So I'm giving away the MacBook Air, which is pretty awesome. So we'll draw that winner. I'll do it live. But yeah, we'll see how we go. I'd like to be able to screen share it, but it shows the email, so that's a bit tricky. So what I don't want is people like spoofing me with fake email. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But how is everyone doing? Hopefully you're all having a good December, making lots of money, getting ready for Christmas as well, so where you can relax. This is a big month for Amazon sellers, and I know myself, I'm literally spending like every day. I'm repricing items, looking at how things are selling, see if I can adjust the prices. It's been a lot of work, to be honest, to make sure I can sell through all my stock. But yeah, hopefully looking forward to relaxing a little bit over Christmas. So let's have a look at how many. My analytics is not working. Let's have a look here. Here we go. Oh, I probably should put an announcement actually as well. Just do that quickly. So yeah, guys, let's have a look. How many viewers we've got? 6 viewers right now. I've done this one a little bit earlier, so if you guys got any questions, we'll do the draw maybe around 8 o'clock, and that's my kind of normal time to start streaming. But yeah, if you guys have got any questions about Amazon, feel free to throw them out there. Let's have a look. So for today, I'm on. Let's have a look here. Hey, 8K, how's it going? Hey, Nimco. Hey, Luke. Thanks for joining us. So these are today's results so far on Amazon. Let's do a quick screenshot there. And yeah, the stream might be struggling a bit. I've got quite a few tabs open at the moment of like products I'm monitoring constantly. So yeah, apparently it's hurting my computer a little bit. So that's today. So a little bit down actually for the day. A bit disappointing that kind of is for a day. Definitely selling some items for a loss actually. I've stocked a lot of items for Christmas, and some of them doing very well. Some of them I've just got a lot of stock of items that I'm just making a loss off, making like losing a pound or whatever, or 50p. Some items I'm only making 50p on. So this is the reality of Amazon this year. Has been in December has been I've got some great winners and I've got some losers, but overall obviously I'm winning. But it's been a lesson actually this Christmas. So let's have a look at the month though. And just show you guys. Many of you guys have already seen these kind of figures before already, but let's get the month going here. Yeah, that screenshot really does hurt the frame rate actually. So this is the month so far. So there we go, 22,212 apparently. So yeah, and 49p. So not too bad really. Those sales are kind of crazy. 160,000. God, my VAT bill is going to be enormous in February. So yeah, it's going to be fun times. But yeah, it's been a very interesting Q4. Like I said, I've had some really big winners. I've had some losers. I've had some items where I stocked a lot of items. And let's delete that quickly. And yeah, stocked a lot of like items and like 200, 300, 400 stock. And then apparently I bought at a bad price because there were 2, 3, 4 big sellers came onto some listings, and they were just selling way under what I could sell it for. And like I'd end up taking like a £3 or £4 loss. So on some of them they actually sold out, which is good. So the prices come back. Other ones they still have stock, even though it's like 1,000 SPM. There's a few big sellers like YH Unlimited, K's Goods, I think it is. Some other ones as well. 2 other big sellers that have come onto a lot of listings, and they've obviously got a really good wholesale deal going somewhere because they have bought these things for really cheap. Very interesting to see actually. So it just shows you that the deals are out there if you can get them, but definitely taking a small loss on some items. So that's probably why my ROI for the day is down a little bit. Just looking at what I've sold today. Like I'm selling one here where I'm just having Amazon have come onto this one. It was looked really good. Now it's just basically trash. And to be honest, I just want to get my money out right now. So my goal really is just to sell items, and this one here, I'm losing 88p per unit. I've got 127 units, so I'm going to lose like £100 maybe on that one. So, but I just want to get rid of it, get my money back, move on, get my money back for next year. Just look at some other ones. I mean, I'm doing well on some other ones, like a £16.92 profit on this one here. So I've got some losers that it's not all been sunshine and rainbows. And what's one here that I'm making 50p? I've got 200 units. I guess that's pretty much break even when you include prep fees and stuff. So it's been a very interesting Christmas so far, and a few lessons learned as well. Let me just zoom in so I can see the chat here properly. So hopefully you guys are excited, by the way, the MacBook giveaway. So I really hope someone who's in the Discord and is active, or someone who is, comes onto here, wins it. So, and not just some random person who joined the Discord to enter and then just never see them again. So, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah. So Dilly was saying, when looking at buy box analysis, it says just one. My just one price is higher than what I sell it for. I've matched that price on the buy box. Yeah, so the buy box, another thing I've learned this December, this Q4, is the buy box has been extremely strange. I cannot assign any logic to the buy box. So just to give you an example, I had a product where I've got 450 items in stock. Basically, I had matched the lowest price with another seller. It was just me and one other seller on this listing, okay? This seller was brand new, zero feedback. I don't know how much stock they had, but it was a decent amount. And they only sold out actually yesterday or the day before, I think it was. But they had 100% of the buy box versus me. Even though we had the same price, I had stock, loads of stock in, so it's distributed nicely. I had one sale in November. It was November 26th. That was it the entire time. So I've had to wait for that seller to sell out before I got any buy box percentage. And this item sells, I think, 300 or 400 per month. So decent selling, but how can you explain the logic behind that? Where Amazon, I felt like my account was being punished. I've got a new seller come on, and I'm getting no buy box percentage on that listing versus this other seller. It's crazy. So it's just, and yeah, what's happening there, Dilly, as well. There's another listing, for example, where I am matching the lowest, and let's say the lowest price is around £23. I know people that are getting the buy box at £26 and they're getting sales at 26, but I can't even get sales at 23. So the way that Amazon's allocating the buy box has been extremely weird. I felt like it was who got their stock in first. It's almost like a queue system. That's what's happening. So if you got your stock in first, then basically Amazon's just giving you the buy box until your stock sells out. Then it goes on next person. So it's like a queue of people. Go the other way across the screen that way. Or start here. Like a queue. That's what I felt like's going on. That basically, it doesn't matter how much stock you've got, what your seller rating is, or anything like that. If someone got their stock in before you, even if they're a shit seller or a new seller or whatever, their stock will sell before yours. And there's no sharing of the buy box, really. It's been very one-sided. It's like whoever got their stuff in first gets the buy box pretty much a good majority of the time, if not 100%. And then, it's been very weird. Honestly, it's been extremely strange. And I've been very frustrated as well by a lot of, these listings where I'm just like, I've got hundreds of units in there, and I'm like, I'm not getting any sales. And it's like, it's absolute bullshit. So, yeah. Thanks, CJ. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Yeah, not too bad. So, pretty happy with that. So, so that's what's going on there, Dilly, by the way. So, some people can get the buy box at a higher price. That's what happens there. So, hey, Elton, how's it going? So, just got into FBA this week. Some very early stages. Signed up to SDK, cool, SaaS, Keeper, seller, Amazon seller, RB source. I'm ready to start sourcing, but I've no idea to where to start. So, best thing to do here to learn to source is check out YouTube. You've got all my lives. I've done Cogito sourcing, so they're great ones because I kind of articulate what I'm thinking when I'm sourcing products. But in terms of, you're just going to have to basically, the best way, I think anyway, if you're going to do like online arbitrage, which is pretty much the way that I've done Amazon most of the time until the past 4 months, is to basically do newsletter sourcing. So sign up to a bunch of newsletters. You can use a website called SalesGazer, which is free, which has the newsletters already there. And then basically see what sales are going on every day, like when the January sales comes around. every morning, check out those newsletters, go to those sites, see what's going on, see, do the analysis. But you can kind of use the analysis that I did on those cookies sourcing and then apply that to OA. So what am I looking at, essentially? How am I analysing the product and go from there? But it takes time and practice, essentially. There's no shortcut to it, really. Hey, Empire, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. So AK says, how many listings do you think anyone would need to make £1,000 per day? You could do that with one listing or 1,000 listings. Depends how much it sells per month. There's no right. I mean, I've got 150 odd listings, I think, right now, maybe even a bit less. I've had up to like 300. I know guys that made 30 grand a month just off 5 listings. So that doesn't necessarily tell you how much you're going to make. It's all about what you're sourcing and what the SPM on the item is. Essentially, that's what all that matters really is. You could have one listing that you're selling 10,000 a month, or it could be, you could have 300 listings that only sell 5 a month on each listing. So 1,500 a month, whatever it is. So that doesn't really help you, unfortunately. The buy box is all over the place at Empire. It's really been frustrating for me. So annoying. Especially when I've got all this stock in there and I've got it in good time as well. And I'm like, why am I not getting sales? I'm matching the minimum as well. Just rubbish, basically. What are you going to do there? And by the way, I want to say, this sponsor of this stream, by the way, is Protector Pro. To be fair, they've done me well. They made me 22 grand this month, so it's not their fault that the buy box is acting weird. But yeah, they're sponsoring this stream, by the way. So thank you, Protector Pro. It's the repricer that I use. It's the best repricer in my opinion. Done me pretty well this year. This year as well, and this month. But it's weird buy box stuff going on. Anyway, thanks Protector Pro for sponsoring the stream. Check it out. Link should be in the description for that if you want to check it out. I think it's got a 14-day free trial. Luke, what is SPM? Sales per month. Every single listing on Amazon has a SPM, or sales per month, so you know exactly how many it sells per month. That is a number that changes. So obviously right now with perfumes, they sell thousands, hundreds and thousands per month around December. Then they might go down to 50 or even less, depending on what the product is. Obviously sun cream is a good example, one that maybe sells really badly now, maybe 50 now per month, but maybe sell 1,000 per month in September and summertime. So that's what SPM stands for, sales per month. So, someone with 6 listings doing 40k profit, yeah, exactly. Is not a reflection of any kind of how successful you're going to be, the number of listings. Personally, though, I think the fewer the listings, the better, just because it becomes a nightmare to manage. And the more you can know about your listing, who's on the listing, what kind of price it normally goes for, how the buy box is being allocated, all this kind of stuff really helps. One thing I found is having 200 plus listings. It's impossible to keep up with them, really. It's really a nightmare to stay on top of them. You have to sit there all day. I mean, it's so boring as well to go through each listing and just reanalyze it and, adjust your prices. So that's what I've been doing. I've been adjusting my min-maxes on Protector Pro. Just constantly, basically, just going, okay, right, I'll take less profit on this because I'm not getting any buy box percentage and all things, or, other ones I'm being patient and I'm waiting for the price to come back, and then, just too much stock, so the price isn't going to come back for Christmas, so I'm just taking less money. Or there's other ones where I've only got like 10 units and, I can see that's where it's going, I'll put the price up. So that's what I've been doing, basically, just mostly maximizing sales in time for Christmas, but sometimes maximizing profit as well. And that's one thing I've learned, by the way, as well, is volume is key now. So I've been mainly focusing on volume. Even if I'm making smaller profits per unit, I want to sell through the volume. And I made a massive mistake, by the way, with another product I had, where someone actually gave me the hint to it, this product, and I bought it. And they were like, oh yeah, we've sold this one for like £28 in the past. And I was like, it's at 26 right now, 25. And I was like, well, all right, I'll wait for 28. Unfortunately, loads of other people jumped on that listing and it dropped down. It's down to like £20 now. So there was like a week period where I could have sold it for 26 and just been happy with that profit I was making there rather than trying to maximize it at like £28. Now it's down to 20 and we're like basically breaking even. So take the profit you can get now, especially if you've got big volumes from wholesale, then being greedy and trying to maximize your profit per unit. I think that's a big mistake with wholesale, is trying to maximize profit per unit. That was a big mistake. So, hey, say does it go in? Any experience with brand registry on Amazon? No, unfortunately, I've got no experience with that. So my T-shirt might say Amazon expert, but I'm not an expert on that. So yeah, speak to someone who does private label. Check out Nikos Marco. He's a good guy on YouTube. He will talk all about that kind of stuff. So Elton, what's a repricer? It's basically some software that reprices. So if someone undercuts you by a penny, that repricer sees it and it will match that price or do whatever you want it basically. So it basically is staying on top of the prices so you don't have to. It's impossible to, let's say everyone's penny pinching to stay on top of those kind of prices. So that's what it does. It keeps you tries to keep you competitive. What you can also do with Profit Pro as well is got so depending on what rule you've got. It'll maybe, once you capture the buy box, it will basically try and push the price up and see what kind of price you can get. And that's where you'll probably see a lot of times where it's like, well, I'm not getting the buy box at say £20, but someone's getting the buy box at £25. It's because, whatever reason, Amazon's giving their buy box at that price. But obviously, PPP will help you with that because it'll go, okay, I'm still got. Essentially, the way it works is once you capture the buy box at, let's say, £22, it'll go, okay, let's put it to 23 and see what happens. Is Amazon going to keep the buy box? If it's 23, if you still got it, then it'll go, okay, I'll try 24. Then it'll go, okay, I'll try 25. Then maybe you lose the buy box at 25. Then it brings it back down to 24. So it's constantly adjusting to try and figure out what's the maximum profit you can get on a thing. That's how it works, basically. So what does PPP, and the Dilly, exactly, that's what it does differently to SDK. SDK doesn't do anything like that. It's just basically match the minimum, and that's the end of it, basically. It doesn't try and maximize your profit of a product based on that. It doesn't test. Essentially, what PPP is doing is testing Amazon. It's going, hey, I've got the buy box at 22. Well, will you give it to me at 23? Yes, you will. Okay, cool. I'll try at 23, then I'll go to 24. Will you give it to me at 24? Yeah, cool. And it's like, then it keeps pushing Amazon, trying to figure out. Because one thing you'll discover, as we mentioned earlier, sometimes Amazon gives you the buy box even though your price is way higher than the minimum. It's not the price isn't the biggest factor when it comes to buy box, especially around Q4. It seems to be who got their stock in first seems to be a major factor. Price always tends to come into it, but not always. It's not the most important factor. It is important, but it's not. There's other factors that go into it. So hey FBA Godmore, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. So Empire, do you think Cogito sourcing will be as good after December as lots of good products I find that perfumes don't do as well? Yeah, so of course perfumes don't do as well right now. In January they still sell well, but obviously you can see if you look at any kind of keeper graph for a perfume, obviously it goes up, November, December, and then it comes back down again. But it's still selling like relatively well in January, but it is dipping down. By the time you get to the middle, end of January, it's back to normal really. So yeah, perfumes, while they're still going to be profitable, pretty much, unless it's some like super popular one, you're not going to get sales really beyond, I don't know, 50, 100 per month really, maybe a little bit more if it's a really popular and sort of cheap one. I don't think I've seen any perfumes that are like year round do like crazy numbers. So you've got to focus on other things then. Because essentially what we're selling right now is seasonal items with perfumes and aftershave. So yeah, it will still be good, but maybe not quite as easy as it is for Q4. So, you have to try and figure out some other items that might sell well. So will I still sell perfumes now? I'll go for the categories. I mean, again, it all comes down to what I'm looking for is SPM. I'm looking for high SPMs now. Even 50 now for me, I'm thinking, maybe not enough. I'm looking for 100, 200 more. So that's probably going to limit my... what I buy, and possibly with perfumes, probably going to limit those quite a lot. Again, though, if I can make good money per unit, then maybe I will still sell them, but I won't stock a lot of them. It depends how much stock's on Cogito and stuff as well, so factoring all that into my decisions, really. Essentially, what I want to do is I don't want to get stuck with stock and the price to die. So my goal for Amazon, if I continue to do Amazon, by the way, so that's a whole other story. Because all this U-Move stuff's had me realise, shit, I've got a lot of risk in Amazon right now. So I'll be pulling back a lot of money out of Amazon and just kind of setting a little bit. But yeah, main thing I'm looking for next year, though, is if I carry on doing FBA, is going to be like just churning stock, getting it in and getting it out ASAP. And just churning the money over and over and over rather than sitting on stuff, which has been my kind of strategy in the past. So I'm always adjusting strategies, basically. So yeah, what products am I going for in Q1? It's pretty much gonna be like I don't know. I actually don't know. Just the normal stuff that sells year round. I don't really have any kind of like seasonal items in mind, really. Obviously, it's like winter, so that is a seasonality you could sell, but pretty much just, I don't know, actually, just back to the the grindstone essentially of just like normal items, Amazon to Amazon, good cookie eater products, OA. I don't know really, but there's stuff out there that sells year round that does well. It could just be shampoo, it could be deodorant, it could be anything like that. So yeah, but until I actually don't have any kind of ideas of anything specifically I'm going to be selling, so I might be a bit lost in Q1. I'm not going to lie. So, excuse me. Hey, Michael, how's it going? So, Elton, I mean, I don't want to go too much into it, but YouMove is like a dog supplement thing. There are loads of fakes being sold on Amazon. None of, I was caught up in this. We were all selling legit products we bought from Amazon. There's an Amazon to Amazon deal. But there were some fake Chinese sellers selling fake goods. We all got caught up in some bullshit around that. Basically, I had a realization. So basically, I put about £250,000 into Amazon at Christmas. Pretty much all my money. Then I came to a realization. I was like, this YouMove situation. I was like, if my account gets banned, firstly, I'm going to have an Amex bill of about, well, at one point it was 102,000. That was a scary thing. Got that down quite a lot now. Next thing as well is I'm going to have a massive VAT bill. So if worst case scenario, I'm going to have like, I don't know, 150k or something to, and sum's a little bit weird here, but like, I don't know, I just had a lot. I was like, shit, I've got a lot. Obviously, I've sold a lot this Christmas. 150k, my VAT bill is going to go up massively. I was like, shit, if this goes south, then if this goes, bad, then I'm basically fucked. Because I'm pretty sure you can't just not pay your VAT bill, even if you like wind down the company. So I was like, just getting a little bit worried about that, basically. So my goal right now is just to pull the money out of Amazon as much as I can and just reanalyze my risk assessment of Amazon. Now, like I say, Amazon I think is a great business. I think it's a great way to build money. It's built up some decent money for me, but there's a risk tolerance that I have when it comes to Amazon, and having £250,000 in Amazon is beyond my risk tolerance. So once I get my VAT bill paid off, get my Amex paid off, I can reset, see where I stand, and then I'll buy products and have a limit on what I'm going to invest into Amazon. Basically, what I've been doing from day one until this point has been relentless growth. Every single penny I've made from Amazon has gone into Amazon. I've not taken anything out really. Occasionally bits here and there for bills, but pretty much it's been relentless growth. Because I wanted to get to those big numbers like 20,000 profit a month. Obviously with Q4, I know what a big opportunity it was. So I basically put everything into Amazon for Q4 because I know it's just massive. And then come to realize there's a risk element here that is I didn't really anticipate. And it's quite a big risk essentially. So I basically back to square one if it all went bad. So I don't want it to happen. So that's why I'm now reanalyzing my Amazon FBA business. And I think what I'm going to do is basically say I've got 100k in Amazon FBA. That's what I'm going to be happy with. And any money I make from that, I'll probably keep 50% in and take 50% out and grow more slowly, but be in a more sustainable way where I feel more comfortable. So that's pretty much what my plan is. So with it, so I probably won't be giving it up. I'll be scaling back a little bit, being happy with 100k in there, and I'm definitely gonna be sacrificing profits and stuff, but I'll be feeling more comfortable. So Empire, do you think stuff like health and supplements might do well in Q1? Yeah, exactly. It's a good one. Yeah, I not even thought about that. Yeah, a lot of that stuff probably do well. Yeah, supplements. Everyone has these New Year's resolutions, goals next year, so that could be good stuff, to be honest. So Michael says, would you lose all your stock and monies if it's deactivated or if they refund? So, well, that's another thing as well. Okay, let's just say, for example, that right now, let me take right now, for example. Okay, let's just say right now, if Amazon deactivated my account, and I say I've not done anything wrong, by the way, and everything's been above board, but you just don't know with Amazon. That's the problem. Amazon's amazing, and it's also annoying. It's an amazing opportunity, but at the same time, you do have to deal with Amazon. So, but just to give you an example, right now I've got 10,220 units exactly in Amazon, according to STK. I think I've got about my account balance is like 73,000 in Amazon right now. So let's say, okay, cool, they pay me out the 72k. That's cool. If I have to recall 10,200 units at 60p a unit, by the way, so 220 times by 0.6, firstly, that's going to cost me $6,000 just in fees to get my stock back. Secondly, how the hell am I going to sell 10,000 units on like eBay and things like that? I basically have all this inventory, which I've got to put somewhere as well, and try and sell it on eBay or wherever. It basically, you'd be fucked. Like, what would you do with it all? Like, Amazon's the only place you can sell the things in volume. You'd have to try and sell it off to people in bulk and take a massive loss on it. So that was the other worry as well. I've got so much stock on Amazon. I was like, if this ever happened, I had to recall my stock. Even, it's great if I can recall it. Obviously, I don't want Amazon to take it, but yeah, that was like, what the fuck do I do with it? And that's the next problem. It would take me years to sell it on eBay. Years. And maybe even more. It would take a long old time. You'd have to sell it so cheap as well. So that was something that, I don't know, I just had this almost like a panic attack around Amazon a little bit. And I was like, fuck, yeah. If this goes sideways, which it shouldn't, but if it does, I am fucked, basically. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was being a bit more doom and gloom and stuff, but did have me worried a little bit, I'm not going to lie. So, right, let's catch up with the chat anyway. And by the way, I think with Michael, what happens, because someone actually sent me, they got Section 3 and they got suspended today for some Estee Lauder stuff. And what the email said, I said, can you send me the email? And they said, yeah, sure. It says basically they're holding the money, but I think they're going to allow them to withdraw the stock, except for the stock they think is counterfeit. So, so that basically means they'll keep your money, but you can withdraw your items. But obviously, it's going to cost you. So, yeah. That kind of sucks. So yeah, but who knows? So what am I thinking of going to next? So Luke, I'm going to be doubling down on this, doing the social media side, doing my course, doing education around FBA, helping people get into FBA, and make some good money from FBA. It's quite normal for people. I've seen most people, by the way, they get into Amazon FBA, they make a good amount of money after 2, 3, 4 years, then actually move into other things. Very natural. Not many people you see doing FBA, like OA and stuff, for like more than 3, 4 years, really. You do get a few of them, and like Flipping at 30 is a great example. He makes like 30k a month, it's great. But most people transition out into maybe private label or wholesale or other businesses. For me, I'll be sticking in the FBA world, but just maybe focusing on other things. I'm still going to be doing FBA though. So Nimco is saying I have stock, but the price is just going down. Shall I just take the L and sell out? I mean, that's what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm personally just I'm winning on a lot of them. I'm losing on some of them. Just taking the L and moving on, getting my money out, essentially. That's what I'm doing right now. That way I can reset for next year. So, yeah, I'm definitely doing that. While the sales are good right now, take the money, I guess. It's up to you. You need to make that decision for yourself. Obviously, if you want to do clearing stuff, the time is now. I mean, the time was maybe a few weeks ago, but you still got time now to maybe clear inventory because the sales are so high. So it could be now a good time to do it. So Dilly's saying, why are you paying VAT if you're VAT registered? Exactly. Because I'm VAT registered, I have to pay VAT. That's exactly what it means. So when you're not VAT registered, you don't have to pay VAT. When you are VAT registered, you do. I get the VAT off the items I buy, but I have to pay VAT on my sales. So that's how it works. And it's the difference between those two. That's how that works, basically. So Elton saying, can you create a video on newsletter sourcing? I think I've done one already. So check my YouTube. It's probably a little bit out of date. Well, not out of date, but I made it a while ago. But yeah, you can check that out. I think it's in my channel. I think it says like £68 each found or something like that. I can't remember. I think that's a newsletter, isn't it? I'm not sure. What's your advice to someone who's approaching VAT reg in the next 1 to 2 months? Okay, good question, Golden Boy there. That's a very good question. Look at all your inventory that you cannot claim VAT on. So if you've bought stuff from Starvana or iHerb or any other place where you can't get a VAT invoice, get that sold before you go VAT registered, because the second you go VAT registered, you'll have to pay VAT on those items you sell, but you won't be able to claim the VAT back. And it might take an item that is a winner into a loser when you've got to pay 20% off the top, because you won't be able to claim the rest back. So that is one big thing. The next big thing as well is the day you go VAT registered, take a full accounting of all your stock that's in Amazon, in your house, whatever, and write that down, the exact amount of stock you have, because that number you're going to need for your accountant. And my accountant, my old one anyway, asked me to do that like 4 months down the line. I was like, it's hard enough to do it when you've got it on the day, let alone do it 4 months in the future, or looking 4 months in the past. So yeah, that's a good tip for you there. So Elton said, I was looking at some A2A deals and profit sweeps. Some of the deals on Amazon Business are at the same price as usual Amazon. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Yeah, I guess sometimes they are, I suppose. You might be able to get more quantities on Amazon Business. It can happen, I suppose. Yeah. Sometimes the business deals are better. Sometimes they're the same, I guess. So yeah. Just to point out, by the way, not every ping that comes in through Profit Sweep is like profitable. You still have to analyze it and stuff. So and make your own judgment really on that. But yeah. But obviously, yeah, there are some very profitable ones in there. Just can't take every single ping with like as a profitable item. So, how do you find? Oh, so saturated. So, yeah, I mean, some of the listings can be saturated, sure. You got to do your analysis really on that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Hey Lewis is going very wise to manage your risk on Amazon. I've been moving some of my business platform. Yeah, exactly. It's basically risk management. That's all it is. I've gone from literally 2.5 years or so, whatever it is, from 6th of July 2022 was my first sale, up until from then until now. It's been relentless growth, pumping every single pound and penny I've got into Amazon FBA. And I've gotten to the point now where my risk tolerance is apparently a Lamborghini. That's pretty much where my risk tolerance is. So I don't want to lose a Lamborghini. And basically, yeah, everyone gets to that point, I suppose. So Section 3 on Estee Lauder, it was an Estee Lauder brand. But I mean, I've sold Estee Lauder in the past. It's been very well. I don't know if I've got any in stock now. Actually, let me have a look. I think I do, maybe. It's a good brand, Estee Lauder. So if you're buying, I do have some Estee Lauder. I've one item actually, just one. But I've done very well with that brand in the past. There's no need to avoid that brand because if you've got legit invoices like this person did, submit them and you should be fine. So no problems there. I don't know what if I'm not sure. Are you the person I spoke to, Wesley, or not? Obviously, I'm trying to translate names to Discord names. So. Yeah, I don't know if it's like one person who's Estee Lauder or many people have had Estee Lauder Section 3s. Yeah. Leo sells Estee Lauder. No issues, random Amazon crap. Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's, again, probably a reason why many people seem to transition out of Amazon in the sort of 2, 3, 4 year period. You just get fed up with the bullshit. Like I say, I promote Amazon FBA. I'm still a big promoter of Amazon FBA. There's no better business that I think there is. But at the same time, there are some freaking downsides to it as well, which I hopefully don't gloss over. There are some downsides to it. There's upsides, massive upsides. There's some big downsides as well. So go into this with like the full picture of what, hopefully is, Amazon is. And understand you can make a lot of money, but there's also a risk element as well. And that's Amazon itself. Dealing with them is a pain. Like I saw someone the other day, they got suspended. It was in Profit Sweep. They got suspended doing frontline. They submitted Amazon to Amazon invoices, got suspended. It's just like this is the shit that worries me basically with it, So anyway, does sales goes UK stores? Yes, UK. Yeah, it does UK. I'm 99% sure it does UK. So Luke's saying, want to build up, but I don't know about doing wholesale. I've tried it. Don't want to stuck in a location with so much stock. I mean, I've been doing wholesale technically with Cookie Eater. I've been sending it all to Prep Center. However, I did speak to someone today who did wholesale. It might have been you, Luke, I don't know, who's doing wholesale. They've gone to OA just because their Prep Center costs were eating into their wholesale margins. Wholesale is definitely lower margins. And yeah, if you're going to use a Prep Center and you're paying 30, 40, 50p, 60p a unit, that could really hurt your profits. So then you have to think, well, I'm going to bring it in-house. But that brings its own costs. You've got to get a warehouse, you've got to hire staff, you've got to spend a lot of time prepping. If you don't want to hire staff, all that kind of stuff. So it's checks and balances, essentially. Do you think Amazon go towards more brand direct than relying on FBA sellers pushing is out of business? I mean, I think Amazon will stay the same as it is now in 10 years. I think there'll be people like me promoting it. They'll be doing OA, RA, all the kind of stuff. I think it's going to still be there. There'll be people. It's quite normal. It's essentially what we do is like the entry level way of doing Amazon, and then you can either take your money that you've made from Amazon and then move it into another business. I've made a decent amount of money in the past 2.5 years doing Amazon. I've learned a lot doing it. Now I can transition that into wholesale now, or I can transition into maybe trying to do brand direct, or I can do private label. Or you can be someone who carries on doing OA and just wants to push that to the limit, like flipping at 30. Or you can move it into an entirely different business, whatever you want to do really. So very natural, I think. But yeah, I think it'll still be going. I still think it's a good for 5-10 years, unless Amazon changes massively. Still be plenty of money to be made on Amazon. You just can't beat the customer base on Amazon. That's the big thing about Amazon. You can't beat that customer base. The fact, let's look at this month, for example. Month to date, like I've sold 5,200 units. It's pretty freaking awesome. You know, you can't get those kind of scales anywhere else really, without a lot of marketing and customer acquisition and stuff like that. Do you move so apart from Amazon? So 1 second. So I'm catching up with things here. So yeah, Leo started doing eBay, did well, made money, pumped into Amazon, started pivoting back there again. Yeah, so it's slower sales. That's it. Yeah, so maybe higher margin, slower sales. eBay's still viable, but you just can't beat the scale of Amazon. That's the problem. The only problem with eBay now is you're a massive disadvantage against business versus personal, because business has to pay a business account, which you have to have basically if you're going to do any kind of volumes. You have to pay all the eBay fees, which comes like 15%. You're competing in some cases, probably, maybe not, I don't know, with personal accounts that have zero fees. They don't have to pay any money. So yeah, it's a very unlevel playing field. TikTok Shop could be the way to go. So yeah, the 30% seller gets the highs of Amazon. They're great, but then they're just tedious shit they put us through. Yeah, exactly. It's part of Amazon. So, hey, Brad, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Unless you structure your eBay as a sole trader and set up a limited on Amazon. Yeah, sure, right. Yeah, you know. But there's going to be a point, though, when you start getting set where eBay are going to force you to go business, I'm assuming. Hey, Nuffles, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. So I know people are doing their business sales through personal eBay accounts, but there's got to be a time where they're going to cut that off. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But yeah, so take advantage where you can, I suppose. But yeah. Cool. Right. Let's see who won the MacBook then, shall we? Let's do this then. So I'm going to try to think how the best way to do this. I wanted to screen share it, but the problem is when you pick the winner, it shows the freaking email of the person who won, which is what I can't reveal. For multiple reasons. One, obviously, like data protection stuff. Two, that's how I'm going to authenticate who won, because I'm going to get them to send me an email. So I'm trying to think how the best way to do this is. I also want everyone to think it's like real, basically, as well. So I'm trying to think what the best way is. So I'm just going to draw it, and if I say the name when it happens, I guess that's okay, I suppose. Yeah, I guess we'll just draw it and see. So I've got a winner unpicked. Maybe I should record this. They really need a streaming option on this where I can like stream. I can't cover up. I mean, I don't know how to do that, mate, when it comes to like, because it's on the actual page. So I don't see how I can cover it up while I'm live streaming it. That's the problem. I don't know what to do here. I'm just going to click it, I guess, and go from there. Yeah. Bugger. What's the best way to do this? Should have thought about this. Okay, I'm just going to click draw winner anyway. So I'm going to click it now, and we'll go from there. So 3. What I'm going to do, actually, I'm a bit worried my computer is... Okay, you can't see this. Maybe you can, I don't know. I just want everyone to think it's like above board and legit, right? So you can, this will obviously tally up with the old stream and stuff. So I'm just going to record me drawing it, basically. So, and then after that, I can then copy out the email. So you guys can still see me and stuff. I'm clicking draw winner, and then I'm recording on my iPhone. So winners to draw. Let's do this here quickly. And then draw the winner. It's being drawn, and the winner is William Reynolds. Oh, I can't. Oh my god. So we're gonna have to redraw this because that is my mate. I can't believe it. I told him not to enter, so we'll have to redraw that. Okay. We're gonna do it again. How do I do this? Oh my god, this is an absolute clusterfuck. I cannot believe he won it. I'm going to have to message him now and say that's not valid. Give me a second and we sort this out. I can't believe that. I should pause this and start over again. He had like 2 entries into this thing. Like, I can't believe it. There were, by the way, 1,363 entries, and he had like 2 entries. Right, we'll have to redraw it anyway. So, yeah, crazy. I'm gonna have to message him. Say, I feel bad. I'm gonna have to earn my Chinese now. Oh my god. I mean, he did technically win it fair and square, but I can't do that. Right. Okay. Let's try this again. I cannot believe that happened. How do I redraw this? Okay, here we go. Repick winner. Okay, right. I'm going to have to repick this winner. Oh my god. I can't believe that happened. So, right, I'm clicking repick winner. Recording here. I want to hide his email, of course. Okay, here we go. Repicking winner. Okay, here we go. Someone called Joshua Coley has won. Josh. Is that Josh, I wonder? So, there we go. Joshua has won. I don't know who that is, so, yeah. That's the person that won. Let's message my mate saying I feel terrible now. I cannot believe that happened. Anyway, so let me catch up with the chat anyway. So, if you got 24 hours to message me on Discord or whatever, email and tell me what your email is, and then yeah, otherwise I'll redraw it basically. So whoever that is, basically, yeah, cool. If that is Josh, by the way, who lives in Dubai, I might have to do this. I hope that's not Josh who lives with Spence in Dubai. Anyway, so that was really fucked up. But yeah, so I still cannot believe that my mate won that. Oh my god, it's just crazy. Oh dear. So anyway, yeah, you can see I'm like embarrassed by that. So. Oh dear me. Anyway, cool. Okay, that's that. Anyway, so sorry if you didn't win. I hope it is someone in the Discord who's actually active, but we'll see, I guess, and go from there. Let's have a look at the Discord. Anyone said anything? Yeah, crazy times, eh? So yeah, we'll see who that is. But yeah, congratulations to Joshua. So if you can message me your just DM me and tell me what your email is. That should be a good way, hopefully, to judge the person's won. I'll get them to email me as well, just to make sure. So anyway, there we go. The MacBook has been won. But yeah, so not a fix, although it could easily have been. But yeah, so initially I said to my mate, you can enter. Then I said, oh no, because like if you win, it'll be like really dodgy. So I was like, oh, you can't, I can't let you enter. And of course he goes and bloody wins. Out of all, oh my god, I cannot believe that. So yeah, crazy. Yeah, fun times. So yeah, exactly, yeah, Brad. So yeah, so I was obviously hoping it would be someone who's very active in the community who'd win it, but it is what it is. So yeah, give them 24 hours from like now, basically, whatever it is, like 8:15 or something, to message me to claim their prize. Otherwise, they'll have to redraw it. So let me just check my emails now, see if they got in touch with me. So yeah, anyway, back to Amazon stuff. So that's the MacBook given away anyway, and yeah, it's yeah. I didn't push it as hard as I should have, but it's all good. No emails so far. So yeah, I don't know who the Discord name is actually. So yeah. Christmas 2025. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I'll redraw it right away. I want to get rid of this bloody thing. Yeah, it's yeah. Anyway, so that's it. So Josh has won it. That's the MacBook. The picture of a MacBook Air, not a real Mac. Sorry, it's a picture, not a MacBook. Yeah. I thought about doing that joke actually. That's like, it's a picture. If you guys remember the old eBay scam that people used to do, where it's like they're sending a picture of like a PlayStation or whatever, and people will buy it thinking it's a PlayStation, and they get sent like a picture in the post. But yeah, oh god, I might have to give my mate a MacBook now. Oh my god, I cannot believe that happened. Anyway, so it's just, yeah, I should have just checked and removed him from the draw. Anyway, any more Amazon questions now that we've done that? Or has everyone lost interest now? Now that the fun stuff's got over. I'm going to be on for about 15 more minutes, and then I'm going to just now today, then I'm going to play Xbox with my mate, actually, so that'll be hilarious. Yeah, we're going to play some Destiny, so he might be very upset with me. Well, if he's upset, I'll have to just get him a MacBook. But yeah, so yeah, I've done well enough this month, as long as I can get my money out of Amazon. So yeah. Any other questions, guys? We had a good convos going on earlier. So what were people asking? Any a few questions I missed out on? Oh yeah, so VJod said, any advice navigating becoming VAT registered? Do you take the hit and lose 10% of your margin? I don't know what the exact math on it is in terms of like what percentage it is, but yeah, you just have to take the hit. That's the end of it basically. So part of the game to scale is you have to get, when you go VAT registered, that you just, things are just slightly less profitable. I thought it was like 5% people were saying. It's the difference between the two. But yeah, but I did start early. Yeah, I've got 2 chats now for some reason. It's telling Amazon's YouTube's messed up. Yeah, you just have to take the hit. It's Nemesis. They do force you after a certain point. Yeah, with okay with the eBay. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. So yeah, I started at 7:30 because I thought the draw was at 8 o'clock. Turns out the draw was the competition ended. I thought it ended at 8, so I thought I'd come on at 7:30 and then we could watch it finish and then I could draw it at 8. Turns out it ended at 7, so I don't know, totally fucked it up there. No messages so far, by the way. Yeah, I think 24 hours is fine, isn't it? I think 24 hours and then that's it. So if it's, I don't know how I feel. If it's Josh from, then if it's the Josh I'm thinking of, then I'm not sure I want to give him the MacBook. I guess I have to. But technically he's in Dubai and it was UK only, so we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, I did start. So where's he saying? Has your bro got any new plans and use Amazon bot software? Yes, he does. He's actually working on some software now, actually. So I can't reveal what it is, but it's he is working on that now. So he's being a little bit lazy, but he's also working on it as well. So there's gonna be some big changes not changes, but big software's coming. So, and actually, like I say, I actually was talking to Brad very briefly in the chat about potentially doing a software business, which is all I always wanted to do in the first place, but then got sucked into Amazon. But then potentially doing some crowdfunding in the community, which could be very interesting, and essentially selling equity into the business through like a proper platform like Cedars, which is now called something else, Republic, I think it's called, or Crowdcube or something like that. And essentially, trying to raise some money to hire developers, but also selling equity as well. Because I've got a bunch of software ideas I want to do in Amazon FBA. I'm raising some money to do that and giving people a chance to buy a percentage of an actual business and actual equity could be kind of interesting. So it's something I'm thinking about for next year. But yeah, so and then obviously like hiring developers with that money, getting the software built. Yeah, it sounds kind of interesting actually. I was like thinking about it over the past few days and I was like, this could be a good option actually. Because there's some great, and I was speaking to a guy earlier about this kind of idea I have. There are some really killer schemes available for startups. There's one called EIS and one called SEIS, where you can basically get like 50% of your tax back. So if you, let's say you invested 100K into a startup, if it's SEIS, you actually only invest 50K because the government basically give you a 50K tax break on it. And then if the company goes bust, you get a further 20% back. So you actually risk 30K, but you get 100K of equity. Kind of crazy. So just some ideas I'm floating around anyway. I need to actually think about it more, but something I kind of like the idea of going back to my original plan, which I wanted to do when I first quit my job, was apparently I've got an encoding error, whatever that means, was going back to the software idea, which is my original plan before I got sucked into the FBA, selling on Amazon. So my mate just messaged me. Oh dear, my mate's going to be fuming. I might have to get him a MacBook. I totally just forgot to remove him from the competition. Right. So what's the next questions then? Let me just put my thing onto focus sleep mode. Cool. It's all good. Don't worry, Brad. You can turn up whenever you want. That's fine. So yeah, Michael's saying, I'd like to know more on returns, reimbursements, horrible bits of FBA video. Yeah, to be honest, I was actually talking to some people about that earlier, and I think I'm maybe missing a trick on getting all my money back from reimbursements. Probably a massive leak. So I use a company called I use Seller Repay. I've also used Seller Investigators as well. You've got links to those in my description for Seller Repay. And they basically will try and claim money back for you. They do kind of all the work for you. Now, do they get everything? I don't know. So it's something I need to look into, because I was speaking to a friend and he's managed to reclaim loads of money. So yeah, Amazon don't want to give it back. Yeah. So can you give us a hint? Basically something to help you find deals, basically. That's essentially what it is. So Empire, would you not create the company in Dubai if you move there? Max of 9% corporation tax. Maybe not. Probably not. Sounds really complicated. I'd probably just do it in the UK. Yeah. It'd be really, because I want to do some crowdfunding on it. It'll probably be really complicated to do it in Dubai. So it's probably just easier to do it in the UK and do it that way. So I've not something I thought about really, but no, I'd probably just do it in the UK. Yeah, there's corporation tax. It is what it is. It just sounds very complicated to set it up in Dubai like that. But I get there won't be those tax advantages for the investors as well. So, by the way, none of this is like set in stone. It's just ideas that I had in my head. I've got a bunch of software ideas. I don't have time to code them myself. If I hire developers, they're expensive. So raising funds seems to be the best way. And then obviously I just be like oversight, all that kind of stuff like that, running the business. But it also gives people a chance to invest in a real business, that has equity. And then, if the company sells, you get paid out, a percentage of the company. So, it's not like a Kickstarter where you don't actually have equity. You actually have equity in the business. So that's the idea behind it. So it gives people a chance who are in the community and if you want to invest. And by the way, my old company I worked for did this through Seeders. They actually raised their first amount of money through a company called Seeders. And then people could own your shares, and you could buy in for I think the minimum investment was like £10 or something like that. So, and that was like a few shares or whatever. So it's just an interesting idea. It can't be coincidence that that's the report that's missing from Amazon, the one that says there is money. Yeah, exactly. So, Amazon changed the whole process, didn't they? In terms of they changed. It used to be you could claim for 180 days or 365 days in the past. Then they said, "Oh no, we're going to change it down to 90 days now. But don't worry, we're going to make it easier. That all these returns and reimbursements are all automated." And then obviously, I don't think anything's changed. So, yeah, my mate's just saying he's just claimed so much money back from stuff that, most of it's returns. They just don't get returned. And then, when your return comes in, Amazon just give them the money back right away. And then they don't return the item. And it seems like Amazon just seems to forget about it. It seems to be one quite big one I saw. And then, there's loads of ways. I mean, they lose stuff. Damage isn't reimbursable, but it's generally, I guess, loss and refunds. I suppose the big one, really. Definitely left it on purpose. Yeah, absolutely. Have you used Cursor for coding like VS Code with AI? No. I mean, I used Copilot when I was doing code. It's not going to really help though. The AI stuff's okay. It can help you, but it's still going to take a very long process to code. You still need a human mind behind it. And while I could code pretty much anything, it would take me a long time for me to do it. So, and I've got other things to focus on, so I can't do everything. So for me, it'd be, building the proper business from scratch, hiring some developers, and doing it that way would be the way to do it. But yeah, so if is investing in something like that is something you guys would be interested in, let me know. So I'd hopefully like to raise. I mean, this is all like spitballing, by the way. So nothing set in stone. But I'd like to raise a couple $100,000 so I can hire like 2 or 3 developers, and get it going, and then go from there. But obviously that I'd hope to be crowdfunded. Obviously I'd put some money in myself, but just ideas I'm throwing around right now, really. So, but yeah, I'm just thinking out loud right now. Just seeing in the group if anyone's actually messaged me. No, they haven't. Have I got any emails so far? No emails so far for the win. It has only been like 15 minutes. So, I've got an email from Amazon FBA. Have you guys got this? So, yeah, Amazon changed the policy around the insurance. That was really weird about them being named on the insurance policy. I just got an email here saying about update to Amazon to FBA lost and damaged inventory reimbursement policy. So again, another thing that's probably not going to go our way. I don't know what this is. I'm just looking at it now. Okay, this is just total bullshit. Okay, look at this. This is just kind of stuff that just does my head in. So we're updating our FBA reimbursement policy to provide you greater transparency. Apparently, why am I reading it over there? Let me bring it over here so I can actually read it. Okay, to provide you greater. Let me actually screenshot it and put it on the screen. This might be a better way. Make sure I'm not sharing anything. Like I say, this seems like it's bad, but I'm not sure. Let's have a look. So I'll put it here right now. Right, so we're updating fulfillment reimbursement policy to provide you greater transparency in reimbursements calculated for lost or damaged before a customer order. This will help provide more approach. We'll reimburse you, so effective 10th of March 2025, we'll reimburse you based on the product manufacturing cost of the affected inventory. To help provide you greater control and accuracy, you can choose how we determine the manufacturing cost. We provide a manufacturing cost estimate for you. This is based on a comprehensive evaluation of comparable products sold by Amazon, or you can provide your manufacturing cost directly. If you don't provide your own cost, will automatically apply. So how is this going to work? Let me just get the rest of the email. To help you prepare, blah, blah, blah. We're constantly refining operations, blah, 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 blah. For items that are lost or damaged after a customer order in Amazon store, we'll continue to reimburse you for sale price. Okay, so yeah, basically, yeah. They want to know your manufacturing cost. So if you're doing OA, wholesale, what does that mean? Is it going to be your cost of goods? I assume it will be, because you didn't manufacture it. So, yeah. I mean, I've just seen that come through now at 8 o'clock, or 28 minutes ago. This is just... So one thing that Amazon's done this year, by the way, it's been like death for like 1,000 needles. There were so many little changes that happened, which basically took profit out of our pockets. So the reimbursement policy from like 180 days down to... Well, I think it was like a year down to 90 days. Yeah. Again, it's like just a way for them to make more money or take more money out of your pocket. There was obviously the insurance policy thing they passed on to us as well. These aren't necessarily massive ones, but they add up. There was that as well. There's this happening now as well, where the reimbursement policy is changing based on the manufacturing cost. There was a few others as well I'm trying to think of, where they basically... What else was there that happened this year which like affected us? Oh, their fees went up slightly. There was that as well. They got rid of small and light. That was another thing as well. So it feels like there's like a death of 1,000 cuts here, where they're just taking a little bit of your profit here and there. But these little bits do add up. When it comes to it. And this is another place here where it's like, well, if we lose it before it's sold to a customer, so essentially during shipping, or when it's in Amazon in their warehouse, it's going to be basically the cost of goods, or cost of manufacturing, sorry, not cost of goods. So that'll be very interesting. So yeah, essentially they're going to estimate it, or you have to provide your manufacturing cost directly, which I assume you're going to, I don't know if you'd be able to put your like cost of good if you bought it as OA. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting one anyway. So yeah, what do you guys think of that? Oh man, yeah, Fun times, with Amazon. Fun times. Fun times. Amazon is a pain in the ass at times, not going to lie. Yeah. Where's the compensation of opportunity? There is none. You don't get any of that, Brad. Absolutely none of that. So, yeah. So Leo's saying if we, so let me catch up with the chat actually here. So, yeah, Empire's saying get loads of random emails from Amazon, and then which are important, which are useless. Yeah, no, tell me about it. And try doing it into EU as well. Like with that insurance policy one, the first email I got was in French. So yeah. So yeah, we have to provide goods for every cost of goods, everything. Yeah, essentially, post a screenshot in Discord. Sure, I can. I'll put it into general chat, I guess, for now. There we go. Yeah, I put it into the general chat in FBA Moguls. Yeah. Another thing, yeah. So again, who knows what that's going to be now? Is that going to be cost of goods for us, or is they going to basically say, well, you didn't manufacture it, but we estimate because you can't provide us a manufacturing cost, we'll estimate what the manufacturing cost is. But do you know what? This is total bullshit because what about factoring in shipping, your own costs for handling? Let's say you've got a warehouse, you've had to ship it from China to UK. Is that cost factored in? If you have to store it in your warehouse and handle it and send it into Amazon, is that factored in? You know, prep costs. That's obviously not factored in right now. So there's all the, yeah, it's an interesting one anyway. Yeah, interesting. I don't know. Yeah, it's another time I have to show our source to Amazon. Yeah, they say they'll keep it confidential. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that anyway. Apart from I don't know, it's maybe thinking like, should I just get out of Amazon now? You know, and move on to other things. I don't know. Yeah, there's still opportunity to be there. That's the thing. There's still opportunity to be made and to make money. But yeah, so I don't know. Interesting one anyway. Right, guys, I'm going to probably just wrap it up there. So it's more of a, well, we had a good Q&A session actually today. We did the draw, which went a little bit funny. I'm now going to go speak to my mate and apologise to him. Because, yeah. And make it right, which could be very awkward. But yeah, it's been fun anyway, guys. And obviously we've now got this to digest this new bullshit with Amazon. The cost of goods thing. Not even cost of goods, cost of manufacturing. Again, it's just another way for Amazon to take another slice out of our business, essentially. You know, they lose it. It's their responsibility. But, hey, we're just going to cover the cost of the manufacturing. That's it. We're not going to factor in anything else into your business. Another way for them to make your business less profitable and take another slice. And when we run on a business that's relatively low margins anyway, yeah, obviously I'm not very happy right now. So with that email, anyway, it's all good though. Thanks guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Sorry, maybe this has been, I don't know, I feel like it's been a bit doom and gloom now. I feel a bit bad about that MacBook now. So I need to go and smooth some things over. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous that happened. But yeah, anyway, thanks guys for joining us. Really do appreciate it. And CGH, thanks man. No problem. Did you win? No. Did you win? So were you the winner? Oh no, never mind. Cool. Oh, all good. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Anyway, I thought maybe you'd won the MacBook. Yeah. Because kind of name kind of matches up. But yeah. Thanks, guys, for watching anyway, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay. Bye.